Here's a fact that almost no one believes the first time they hear it. Most lottery winners end up broke. And here's the real kicker. The same psychology that destroys lottery winners might already be at work in your own life. Because here's the truth. Money doesn't fix bad habits. It amplifies them. Jack Whittaker won $315 million, the biggest single jackpot of its time. But instead of joy, it became a curse. He was robbed multiple times. He gave away millions recklessly. His family was torn apart by tragedy. Within a few years, the fortune was gone. And Jack himself admitted, "I wish I had torn up the ticket." Think about that. Imagine winning hundreds of millions and wishing it had never happened. Now here's an even crazier case. Evelyn actually won the lottery all twice. Over $5 million total. What did she do? She gambled most of it away in Atlantic City. Today, she lives in a trailer park. 2 wins, millions in hand, and still broke. And then there's Michael Carroll. At 19 years old, he won £9 million in the UK. He was called the Lotto Lout. He bought cars, parties, and by 2010, he was back working a factory job. His own words, "I blew the lot." Different people, different backgrounds, but the same ending. The first instinct after sudden wealth is simple. Upgrade everything. A bigger house, faster cars, luxury vacations. And at first it feels amazing. You go from worrying about bills to buying without thinking. But here's the hidden danger. The more you upgrade, the more your new normal shifts upward. The $50 dinner feels cheap compared to the $500 dinner. The car you loved last year feels outdated compared to the new model this year. Here's the second trap: poor money management. Most lottery winners never learn to manage small sums. So when millions appear in their account, it feels like monopoly money. They don't budget, they don't track, they don't invest. Imagine giving someone who never learned to swim a yacht. They don't even know how to steer. And when money is endless in your mind, you spend recklessly, until one day it isn't endless anymore. That's when reality hits, and by then it's usually too late. Now let's talk about the social trap. The moment people know you're rich, everything changes. Family, friends, even strangers start asking for just a little help. At first you say yes, because you want to share your luck. But soon, it becomes endless. The more you give, the more they expect. Say yes too often and your fortune disappears. Say no, and suddenly you're the selfish villain. It's a lose-lose situation, and many lottery winners crumble under the pressure. And finally, the biggest killer of wealth: lack of financial literacy. If you don't know how to make money work for you, wealth is like sand slipping through your fingers. Investing, saving, protecting assets. These are the shields of real wealth. But most lottery winners never learn them. They think the money will last forever, until one day they look around and it's gone. Here's the scary part. You don't need to win the lottery to fall into this trap. Most people today are already living paycheck to paycheck because they're making the exact same mistakes, just on a smaller scale. Here's the first lesson. Money doesn't change you. It amplifies you. If you struggle to manage 1,000 euros, giving you 1,000,001 won't magically fix it. It'll just expose your weaknesses faster. But the opposite is also true. If you already know how to save, invest, and control your impulses, even small amounts compound into freedom. Wealth magnifies discipline or lack of it. The second lesson: don't chase status, build systems. A flashy car or luxury watch feels good for a moment, but it fades. What lasts is the system: budgeting, consistent investing, creating streams of income. Status items drain you, systems sustain you, and when systems run, wealth doesn't just sit there, it multiplies. And finally, the third lesson: protect yourself from the so-called lottery curse. You don't need a jackpot to face sudden wealth. A raise, a bonus, an inheritance, a business success. All of these moments test you. If you treat that money as free, it vanishes. If you treat it as capital to build your future, it compounds into freedom. So instead of asking, "What would I do if I won the lottery?" ask, "Am I building the skills and systems today that would let me keep it?" Money doesn't create character, it reveals it. The real question is about what you're doing with the money you already have.